how to deal with emotions. When we understand the Buddhist view of the mind, the Buddhist workings of the mind, this deceptively simple model that distinguishes, has this clear distinction between what they would refer to as a neurotic, unhappy state of mind, which is the source of my own pain, and therefore the source of why I have problems with others, and distinguish between those and the positive parts of me. Right now, my attachment, for example, and my love, they're mixed together like a big soup. I can't tell one piece from another, you know? Not possible. I can't, so between sometimes anger and compassion go so totally together, we can't distinguish. So this key thing, the Buddha is saying, Buddhist psychology just says that there are two main characteristics to the unhappy states of mind. They're deeply disturbing. They're deeply disturbing. And they're liars, they're delusional, they're distorting, they're deceptive. So then the virtuous ones are positive, they're altruistic, they're connected to others, they're vastly different. So the trouble is with us in our culture, we don't pay much attention to our mind because we pay attention to the brain, we pay attention to the outside world, to the events, mummy, daddy, he, she, it, that. They're the cause of all my suffering and pain, so we notice all those things. So our trouble is then, if we have a tendency to be angry, then you only notice your anger when it's vomiting out the mouth, or I'm about to punch you. Or like I said before, you only notice you're depressed when you're inert in bed and can't get out of bed because it's been. So the trouble is, we don't pay attention until it's too late. It's a bit like you're driving on the freeway at 120 kilometres an hour and you discover you can't drive. Well, it's a bit late. You've got to do some work back, beforehand, and that's the Buddha's skill, the amazing skill to learn to recognise that you have thoughts and feelings in it. To recognise more precisely that all our emotions, which are the tip of the iceberg, they're informed by elaborate conceptual stories deep in the bones of our being, and we need to have some space to start to listen to those. It's just practical because they're so deep down, they're literally unconscious. So we have to go to that level, and that's why we have to learn these practical meditation skills called concentration, not so that you make all the pain go away, which is one of the big misconceptions about mindfulness meditation. It's an alternative it's an alternative to a pill. It's appalling. The reason to get focused is so you can listen to all the crazy stories deep down in there that we don't notice until they're vomiting out the mouth. So when we realise that, then we can understand. We learn to be our own therapist. So we have two options in our world: vomit it all out or live in denial. We don't know any other way. But with this method, this marvellous intelligent method, you become deeply familiar with the workings of your own thoughts and feelings, and then you work with them. You don't need to vomit them out or get someone else to tell you how to think about it. You become your own therapist, quite literally. Then you don't need to. Then we can learn to work with our mind and control our mind. It's amazing. Buddha's view is so outrageous, so remarkable, so radical, but we just don't notice it because we think of it as religion,